really solid players, fifth-year seniors, a lot of experience, both really good. How much of what they do is built around having those two guys on each end?
You know, just across the front, you look how experienced they are. And they do still a good job they have creating some depth down there. Because it seems like I say that every year. You know, senior, junior. You know, it's always upperclassmen. So that's a credit to them, and recruiting-wise, and it all starts up front. Every team with those guys, and they can create some movement. They're very massive, and they got athletic feet to cut down some rush lanes on you. They react good to movement. So yeah, I mean it's all based on them, and you know again schematically, I think the coaches do a tremendous job. You know, if you're not really sound in all those different looks, all of a sudden it could be 6-7 yards before you're trying to get ahead on those great running backs, and that's not fun. So you really have to be perfect in your fits before those guys can get a head start.
That matches kind of a lot of experience, because that's where you guys have the most experience on defense too, is on the line, right?
Right. I mean, it's not 5-on-4. You know, you're talking about fitting up the run game. You're talking about the front seven and usually a safety added on in that. So it's a collection of all of them. I don't think just to say their offensive line versus our offensive line. Well, that's part of it, but it's to stop a really good run team. It's 8 and sometimes 9 guys that you have to commit to do it.
You mentioned what they can do with the quarterback running. You know, how much of a challenge does that add to what you guys have to do to stop P. Ryan in their backs?
Tremendous job. You know, I said earlier, people talk about you got to load the box. Well, you load the box, you know, with a running quarterback, that just means your numbers are even again. It's not like you have a tremendous advantage. And, what they do with their two-back system, it creates an extra gap. And then with the quarterback running the ball, it creates another extra gap. So, and you can't sit there and do that all day either. And that doesn't really give you great advantage. It just makes your numbers decent. Then you get a running back that can run over you or run around you, which they have with every defense in the conference. You realize you got your hands full, and nobody's gonna ever play a perfect game, but we're gonna have to be really dialed in to have a chance.